when a food label lists too much salt, sugar, and fat? How do you choose a breakfast cereal? And what do you look for in a dessert? We are getting those answers this morning with Debbie Knight-Jones and Denise Kling-Pelto from the Plant-Based Nutrition Support Group. Plant Health Gals, I'm told you are the scientist?
No, I am the cook.
She's the cook and you're the scientist.
I'm the scientist.
So you want me to ask you the food-based and the science-based questions. But this really is important because, you know, a lot of us are starting to read those labels, but what are we looking for when we read them? What's too much?
Well, we basically look at labels in 3 different ways. We look at never, ever decide what you're going to buy by the front of a label. If they're just doing that, you're not getting the information that the label provides for you. And all the foods that we have here, we brought them as examples. We're not saying any are necessarily good or bad, just that the labels give you the answers to what you need to know.
And the front of the label is often misleading, correct?
Sometimes it can be, yes.
It can be.
Right.
Okay.
The front of the package very often is misleading. That's why we want to say don't go by just the front of the package. A lot of that is advertising to catch your eye. So the first thing you want to do when you pick up a package is turn it over and read that ingredient list first. A key is the fewer ingredients, the better. Of course, the favorite ingredient would be picking up a nice juicy red apple that doesn't even need a label.
Right.
But today we're talking about the real world. Yes, we are going to be using some things with labels, and so we want to show you how to do it
effectively.
All right,
let's do it. Let's start with one of these. Which one do you want to...
this is one of my new favorites. Denise, we found this in Meijer, so a lot of the local stores carry these. You don't have to necessarily go to a specialty store. So tell them what we like about this.
Okay, what we like about this is you look at the front of the label. It does say 0 trans fats, etc., which we know trans fats are bad for us, but we're not going to go by just the front of the package, but then we're going to go to the back on the ingredients. And the ingredients are white corn flour, salt, and calcium hydroxide. So the fewer ingredients, the better. The most abundant ingredient is going to be listed on the label first.
Right.
And there's another thing to remember is if you can't pronounce it, your body probably doesn't know what to do with it.
Good point. How about when you start looking at the nutrition facts? What things should you pay attention there?
The nutrition facts are going to show you the actual serving size, and this is something that's very important because a lot of times you can pick up a package of something and you think, oh, this only has 100 calories in the package, so I will eat this, and that's not bad. You finish eating that food and then you take a closer look and it might say serving size was only 1/8 of that package. So
and you ate the whole thing.
You've just eaten 800 calories. So that's something very much to look at. Also on this nutrition facts, it's going to tell you your sodium. And the ADA recommends that people only get 1,500 milligrams or less of sodium per day. Most people get way more than that. So check your sodium levels.
What are some of the other tips you suggest?
Okay, like when you look at the back of the label, let's say, for example, we'll take Pop-Tarts, okay? And when you look at the label, okay, the first thing you look at the front, it looks very nummy. Pop-Tarts are very, you know, popular with children. And then you're going to look at your ingredient list. Now, your ingredient list is very long. So remember, fewer ingredients, the better, if that is the health objective that you have. Then you go to the nutrition label. What is important is that the top of the nutrition label is caloric. The bottom is by weight. Okay. And so that can become problematic. Like, let's say, for example, you were looking at something like this particular product. It says calories from fat. You have 16%. But when you take the 98 of the calories out of the 150 calories, you have 60% of the calories of this particular product are from the 10 grams of fat.
Okay. Well, you guys have an event, if people want to learn more, that they can actually come out to on Thursday?
Yes, Thursday night at Groves High School, starting at 6:30. We will be in the main auditorium with PBNSG, the Plant-Based Nutrition Support Group. We will be speaking along with Dr. Michael Dangovian, who is a local cardiologist, and we really, the whole organization, we try to help you optimize your health. So come out to hear more.
Thank you so much for coming in today, and this is so very important. It's these little steps we can take that make a big difference in the way we feel.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for having us.
And we will put the information on our website, fox2detroit.com.